Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to American Lineage Podcast. My name is Wade Francois Edwards Sr. I'm your host and also aspiring genealogist, and also the founder of American Lineage Podcast. Today, we'll be doing a more deep dive into my family lineage, which is the Francois. That's my paternal grandfather and my paternal grandmother side of the family. And we're going to touch on when did they arrive on the West Bank, which is part of New Orleans in Jefferson Parish, and some of the things that they've done when they was on the West Bank in the early stage. So we're going to get started right now. And basically, you know, the West Bank itself was established right around 1815. That's the early existence of it. Now, my family, the Francois, our family lineage started around the middle part, 1850, 1860, in that area, according to research. The West Bank itself, particularly Gretna, Louisiana, and before it became Gretna, it was McDonaldville. You had the early stage of the Francois arrival. By the way, the Francois consists of 15 lines, of 15 lineages. And according to the census of 1840, the Francois name or lineage was the largest and most popular surname in the state of Louisiana and the United States. So particularly we're focusing on the Creole, the Black Creole Francois. That consists of course, anyone who was in the colony during that time in the 1800s. You have different types of Francois. You have your Black free Francois, and you have your Black Creole enslaved Francois. And basically, the colony consisted of when the French, of course, ruled it. Then we had the Spanish. We also had indigenous Francois. You had some the African Francois. Creole, it was a culture that was very mixed. Now, just looking at the Francois lineage, of course, coming from that aspect is a very mixed. We had mulatto in our lineage right now, according to research, which was very instrumental. But getting back on the West Bank side of things, when my family arrived on the West Bank, up until right now, we're looking at easily over 200 something years. I have at least 3, 4 great grandparents buried on the West Bank right now. The Francois was very instrumental in helping shape and develop the West Bank, particularly Algiers, which is part of New Orleans. We also had Gretna, McDonaldville, we had Harvey, and Marrero. All of my family still resides over there, even until right now. And just to kind of give a deep dive on it, the type of impact most of the West Bank was consist of agriculture, farming. It was consist of labor. It was consist of river economy activities. So there you go. It was mainly wood and mainly sparsely dense. But developing that area up until now, that's what my family, the Francois, had to do. It contributed a lot in terms of developing the West Bank back in the 1800s. Most of the men, of course, during slavery, they worked out in the field, sugarcane, cotton, things of that nature. But at the same time, some of the women and children worked in that area too. Now, my family, the Francois lineage, we also contribute a lot to the economy, very spiritual people. We also, some of the free Creole Francois was landowners. I can attest to that because I have researched with my genealogist where coming out of slavery, my ancestors was landowners. It was business owners. I have official documents in that capacity. So there you see that my family lineage to Francois, although it goes back 1,500 years through different lines, but we just focusing right now on New Orleans West Bank and how my family contributed and made an impact. One of the churches that my great uncle and um and my mother uncle helped shape, develop, that is an historic church by the name of Regular Missionary Baptist Church. That church officially been around 160 years, still standing today. At one time, it was the only first black church on the West Bank that helped a lot of other small and upcoming churches to get developed. Therefore, it was a staple in the community. My great uncle and family name is inscribed, of course, on the church cornerstone right now. Uncle Nathaniel Francois, and we have some garrisons. Also, on the other side, the Black Catholic side of things, my family also participated in that because a lot of your enslaved and Creole families was Catholic before they switched over or changed over at a certain point. And they also helped develop that because a lot of the records, you can research and do archival work, things of that nature. And that's what I'm doing right now as an inspiring genealogist. So I can help shape, mold, and educate and connect families from all walks of life to do the same thing I'm doing. And I'll talk a little bit more about that towards the end of our podcast right here. But I'm excited today, and I'm hoping that, the little knowledge that I have, because I'm just starting this journey, although it's been birthed in my spirit for 40 years, I'm excited just to help other people connect with their loved ones. And I've always was a firm believer, by the grace of God, that every child deserves to know exactly where they come from. And American Lineage Podcast is the people podcast because we want to connect with people from all walks of life. Therefore, once you get an identity and you find out where you come from, how you got here, why, it's going to make life a little bit easier and you'll have more power and be more impactful as a person, as a human being. So, what I'm really focusing on and just letting everyone know that the Francois lineage is a staple on the West Bank, particularly Algiers, once again, Gretna, Marrero, Harvey, and we helped develop and built an entire area before any type of, modern day amenities. So, there you have it. What inspired me personally to do what I'm doing and to try to educate the general public and my audience, I had a deep burning desire. I took it up on my own to find out more about my lineage so I can pass that on down to my children and have that ready for my great grandkids. And I was able to do up to a certain point in terms of researching my family, the Francois lineage, and I kind of hit a brick wall. From there, I was fortunate enough to get in contact with a good friend of mine who's a certified, national board certified genealogist. And he helped push me over the line, which him and we still working on some things right now. But definitely, I would encourage anyone to get started. You don't need all the answers. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Just do what I did. Just take that leap of faith and get started because you'll be amazed of all the nuggets and everything that you'll find in your family lineage, like what I'm doing right now. And each week, I'll be giving my audience and everyone a little piece of nugget and also inviting my genealogist in the near future who's more experienced at this than I am. So in the meantime, if you have any comments or questions, just leave it in my comment section and I'll be reaching out next week with another episode from American Lineage Podcast. Be safe, be strong, and be blessed. This is Wade Francois Edwards. Thank you. Have a great day.